Namaste and good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Hope that you are all doing good. Our topic for today is voice. So, in the last class also we discussed about voice and its rules. In today's class, I have come here with some more exercises, and we will be practicing here right in front of you. So, there are two types of voice, and then in our exam, sentences might be given in active voice, or we are asked to change into passive, or passive sentence is to be changed into active. So we have to learn both ways. In today's class, we will be practicing these both ways, the sentences from active to passive and passive to active. So here, I have got first chart here for today. Please, without a delay, we are going to do this. Please listen very carefully, be attentive. You don't need to write in your copy. Just follow me, listen and watch. The instruction is here. Change the following sentences into passive voice. Means these all sentences are given in active voice. These are the first set of our exercise today. Number 1, people speak English all over the world. People speak English all over the world. Here, the first process, the first step we do in voice or while changing into passive voice is we have to find out SVO, subject, verb, object. So here in this sentence, people is subject, speak is verb, English is object. All over the world is just a complement. It is not object. English and all over the world. We should not copy the whole phrase here in the beginning. Just English is object. So here let me write passive form. This side I will be writing passive sentences. English is written in the beginning. English, because it is object. Every time follow the same rule. Subject and object should be interchanged. That's why English comes first, then speak. Now check the tense. Speak is verb 1. This means simple present tense. When there is verb 1 or simple present tense, we write is MR plus verb 3. This means we have to use be verb is MR. Now which one to choose? Is or are or am? Because English is singular, so we write is. English is. Now verb 3, past participle of speak. You might all know the verb 3 of speak is spoken. Spoken by people is not written. Okay, all over the world, the remaining word complement we have to write all over the world. Now let me tell you one thing. By people is not written generally in English because people, there are some other words like people or they, by them we don't write, and then there are other words like very pronounced like somebody, someone, nobody, no one, anybody, anyone, everybody, everyone. Such words are not written after by preposition. Then by them is also not written. Sometimes, if the subject, the doer is very obvious, very clear to everyone, we don't use that subject after by. And then if it is unknown or anonymous, we don't know about who the actor is or who the doer is, at that time also we don't use by plus subject or by plus agent. Now let's move on to the next question. Number 2. Here, they have turned my offer down. They have turned my offer down. The first and foremost thing you have to do is find out SVO. What is subject? They. Have auxiliary verb, turned, verb 3. This means this is main verb. My offer is object. Down is not object. Down is one preposition that follows this verb turned, turned down, that comes together with the verb. That's why only my offer is object. What you need to do is write my offer in the beginning, my offer. Then what do? After that, have. If there are modal auxiliaries or any auxiliary verbs there, what you have to do is use the same auxiliary verb here, have. But have is used with plural subject they. Here my offer is singular. This time we have to change have into has. I think you got it. In the first question also the same thing was there. My offer has. Now when there is past participle, in the last class also I had given you, I had shown you how we use be verbs. When there is, when there is verb 1 or verb 5, we use is, am or are plus verb 3. Last time also I told you, when there is verb 2, we use was, were. There is always verb 3 in passive voice, remember? Then if there is verb 3, means has, have, had plus verb 3, then we use been plus verb 3. Verb 3 is everywhere. If there is verb 4, there is ing, means being form, being plus verb 3. Being plus verb 3. Look at this, verb 4, being. Be verb being, verb 3, be verb. That is past participle of be verb been. So, was, were plus verb 3. Remember this. That will help you do more. Now, let's come to the question. My offer has, there is turned verb 3. So, we write been. Why it is all verb 3, not verb 2? It's because there is have. With has, have or had, we always use past participle of verb, form of verb. So, it is always verb 3. We write been. Now, verb 3, turned. And I've already told you by them is not written generally in English. That's why turn and the remaining word down, the preposition follows this verb. Now our sentence is complete. This is what we have. The answer of question number 2. Likewise, you can do, and one thing now, what I'm sure about you is that, the same process follows in every type of sentences, whether, these are different types of sentences, whether negative or positive, or whether it is yes, no question, or WS question, or imperative sentence, we have to find out the object, we have to find out a subject, we have to find out verb. So, this is all about verb. Number 3, nobody heard him. This time, the question might be somehow tricky. Nobody heard him. Okay, very clear. Nobody subject because there are only 3 words. Nobody heard him. Him is object, sure. Now, him becomes he. Okay, let me write here. Him is changed into he in subject case. He. Then, which tense is it? Heard. H-U-R-D, heard. Which tense is it? Is it verb 1 or verb 2 or verb 3? Because mostly, people get confused with this. Heard has same spelling in all 3 forms. Like heard, heard, heard. Cut, cut, cut. Put, put, put. So, heard is sometimes verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. But here, in this sentence, in this particular sentence, nobody is a singular subject. So, with singular subject, heard, verb 1 cannot be used. And verb 3, it is not verb 3 because there is no use of has or have or had, and that's why it is certainly only verb 2, okay, verb 2. So if there is verb 2, we use was or were plus verb 3, was, were. With he, singular subject, we use was. He was. Now, the sentence is negative. Remember, keep in mind, nobody makes it negative. That's why we have to use not right after be verb, right after auxiliary. So he was not heard We need verb 3. The same spelling hurt works here. So hurt. You was not hurt. Now come to question number 4. I think you are getting it. So in question number 4, please study the question first. Someone told the students a story. And it is tricky once again. The question, look at this, find out SVO. Someone, subject, told, verb, the students. This is object. Object and a story is also object. Look at this. This is, okay, remember, this is object 1, this is object 2. A story is direct object and the students indirect object. Direct in the sense, someone told. Told what? Told what? Told a story. So this is direct object. The students is indirect object. Without the student, without this noun or without this object also, the sentence can be there. But this is a must. So a story, object 2, object 1, let's go this way. Now there can be 2 ways of transforming this into passive voice. First, let's check it from the first type using object 1 as subject or making it a subject. Okay, let me write with black here. The students. The students subject. Told which tense? Past tense. Just like this, verb 2. What we use? We use was, were, plus verb 3. Was or were. With this plural subject, because there is yes, students. So with this plural subject, we use were. The students were what? Were plus verb 3. So what is the past participle of told? Same. Told. The students were told. Now our job is to use the second object or story. Full step. Why not by someone? Because I have already told you about this. Someone, somebody, no one, nobody, everyone, everybody. That is not written because we don't know what or who someone is or who somebody is. That's why not necessary to write it after by. Here comes, he knows me. Simple. This is in present tense. He knows me. Subject, verb, object. Now, you have already known it, what to do or how to do it. So let me write here, right here in the chart. Me, how do you change it? Me is changed into I. You already know it. I, then which tense is it? Knows. Knows is in verb 5 means simple present tense. So we write is, am or are. With I, we always use am. I am. Now change it into verb 3. None. I am none. Generally, what do we write? We write by him. But this time, by is incorrect. What do you write? We write to, to, then him. I am known to him is the correct transformation of this sentence into passive voice. I am known to him. Keep in mind, the verb know takes to, not by. That's one thing to remember. Now number 6, they have to saw a piece of log. And at the same time, read question number 7 also. We saw them go out. Here in question number 7 also there is SAW saw. And here in question number 6 also there is SAW saw. But the thing is, in the first sentence, SAW saw is verb 1. This means this is infinitive. Infinitive, 2 plus verb 1. They have to saw. This saw means cut wood. They have to saw a piece of log. In the second sentence, the saw is past tense of see. See, saw, sin. But this is saw, sword, son, or saw, sword, sword. Ed, or you can write SAWN also, son for past participle. Now, for this sentence, let me show you here. They have to, there is modal auxiliary have to and plus verb 1. For this type of sentence, find out the object first. A piece of log is object. a piece of log, and there is have to with they, because there is plural subject, but a piece of log, this is singular. So what do? Like in the previous sentence, we change it into has to. Have to is changed into has to. And if there is 2 plus verb 1, in passive voice we always write be plus verb 3. Be, and what is past participle? Verb 3 of so, S-A-W-N, sown. Or you can write S-A-W-E-D also, sowed. To be sown, by them is not written, remember. Because they is vague pronoun. We don't know who they means or who they refers to. Now comes next, number 7. Question number 7. They saw them go out. This is also a different type of sentence, because structure-wise, look at this. Saw verb, them again go verb. It means sometimes there are some verbs like see, or another word make, or such words. If there are such words, saw or make, then object, then verb 1. For this type of sentence, how do you change? You first of all find out the same process, SVO, we saw them. Them is object, bring it to the front. Them becomes they, in subject case, they. Saw is past tense, and remember, with past tense, with the plural subject, we use were. They were, saw, verb 3, seen. They were seen. And for this type of particular type of sentence with saw or make, plus, feel also can be there sometimes, and then object plus verb 1, for such kind of structure, we use 2 plus verb 1. They were seen to go out. They were seen to go out. By us, you can write by us, or it is not that much necessary. They were seen to go out. We saw that. We saw them. That's why it's already clear, and that's why we don't have to write by us. They were seen to go out. Finished. Just remember this step. Were seen, it is like in the previous sentence, but 2 plus verb 1 is somehow different from the previous ones. Now comes number 8. Are you typing the letter? This is yes/no question, but the process is the same. Are you typing the letter? What is the object? The letter. Typing is verb, you is subject. The only difference is this is a question, that's why auxiliary verb is used in the beginning. Typing the letter. Object is the letter. For this, we are not writing answer, but what we are in fact doing is this active voice sentence, active voice question should be changed into passive voice question. Question should be changed into question. And that's why our passive voice sentence also should begin with auxiliary verb like this. If there is are, you can use are. But look at the object that is to be brought in the position of subject. The letter is singular. With singular subject, we don't use are. That's why in place of are, what do? We do is. We write is. Are is changed to is. Why? Because the letter is object. It is to be brought in the position of subject. Is the letter, I've already told you, the letter is made subject. Is the letter, and there is verb 4. Whenever there is verb 4, use being. Whenever there is verb 3, use been. There was been somewhere, okay, here. But here for verb 4, ing form of the verb, we use being. Then verb 3, type, verb 3, typed. Is the letter being typed by you? Or by you is not compulsory. Is the letter being typed by you? It is in fact, we do like this, by you, you can write. Is the letter being typed by you? This is the answer. Now question number 9. Why did they arrest him? This is, notice, you might have noticed it, the difference between question number 8 and 9. Question number 8, yes, no question. Question number 9, WH question. But it makes no difference if there is WH word, use the same word or begin the sentence with the same word, but the remaining process will be like in question number 8. It is like yes, no question. The process is same. Just like question number 9, you can write the answer like this. Why is the beginning word? Because this is a question. Question is to be made into a question. So why is why. Same. Why. There is did. Did plus arrest. Did arrest. This refers to past tense, simple past tense. And that's why we can use was or were. We must use be verb, remember. So what is our object? Him is object, and it is to be changed into subject case he. Him becomes he. With he we write was or were. Was. And this him becomes he. This object is to be brought into the position of subject. Why was he? Why we use was? Because it is past tense. Why was he? Now arrest becomes arrested. Can you see it well? Okay, let me erase the previous sentence. Arrested. Only ed, you have to add more. Why was he arrested? By them is not written. According to the rule of passive voice, the rule is by plus subject is made into object. But here we don't need. Why was he arrested? That's all. Now question number 10. Who teaches you English? This can be somehow tricky, but we can write it two ways. Okay, let me erase it first. Question number 10 is also a question, but it is WH question. Last time also I told you, if there is who question, we can start our sentence from who also. The same word who. Present tense teaches, you object, English also object. If there are two objects like this, we can do like in question number 4, object 1 and object 2. Or there are two objects, direct object and indirect object. So this time you can use direct object in the beginning. You. Who. And then with you, what do we use? Teaches is verb 5, simple present tense. We can use is, am, or are. With you, we use are. Who are, then use you as subject. Who are you? And T is verb 3, T-A-U-G-S-T. Taught. Who are you taught? English. The remaining word English, and lastly you can use by. And better than this, you can use, if there is who question, you can use by whom. If you write by whom, if you begin from by whom, you don't need to write by at the end. So by whom are you taught English? That's all. By whom are you taught English? Question mark. And I just forgot to tell you in question number 4, if object 1 is used in the beginning, that's easy. If object 2 is used in the beginning as subject, that time we have to use TO2 before first object. Like in this sentence also we can try this. Just like by whom, if English is brought to the front, by whom is English, because why is? Because English is singular. We are using the second object in the beginning or in place of subject. By whom is English, and what is verb 3? Same, taught. And what is the first object? You. You is there. So before you write to. By whom is English taught to you? Question mark. You can write this way also. Now, the last question here, 11, write a letter. The sentence begins from verb 1. This is imperative sentence. That's why for imperative type sentence, if it is an order or command, we begin with let. L-E-T, let. Let and find out object. We use let, object plus verb 3. Be plus verb 3. Let or later. And what do you do? Be plus verb 3. Be, write becomes written. So this is how we change. Let plus object plus be plus verb 3. For imperative sentence, we use this way. And now, this was the first set of questions to change to be changed from active to passive. Now, we will have the second set of questions very quickly. And because in the exam, any type of questions can be asked, either to be changed from active to passive or from passive to active. So let me remove it and put another set of questions. So here is the second set of questions. Please study them. Okay. Look at the instruction. Change the following into active voice. Now this time we are just doing reverse. We are not doing anything new. We just are going to follow the same rules last time we discussed. See, the car is driven by Hari. If there is be verb plus verb 3, we certainly know this is passive voice. Now here, we just do it opposite. ठ्याक्कै उल्टाइदिने. अघि नै पहिला पढेको रुललाई. By Hari, subject, it can be made into subject. Remove or just omit by लाई हटाइदिने है. Hari. Make it subject, Hari. Then there is driven. Is refers to present tense. That's why drive is changed into drives. Why drives? Why not drive only? Because Hari is singular subject. So Hari drives. Present tense. Done. Drives what? Now bring this subject into the position of object. The car. I hope you understood it. Hari drives the car. Likewise, question number 2. This book has been given to me by her. Here are two objects. By her is also there. Okay, by her. If there is by plus agent, make it subject. Her is there. Her is made into or changed into she. Her becomes she. And there is has auxiliary verb. So use the same. Has. Because she is also singular. Has. There is be verb, been. Be verb, that is been. Been means the verb directly should be changed into verb 3. Been is removed. Is removed here in the first sentence. Been is removed in the second sentence. यसमा been हटाइदिने र अब सिधै verb 3 बनाइदिने. Just change into verb 3. She has given. Given what? Given whom? Given me. This is the first object. Remove 2. यसमा 2 हटाइदिने. Because 2 is added while making into passive, She has given me this book. This is how we change into. And for your confirmation, you can change this sentence, your answer, into passive voice and whether this sentence comes or not. If it comes, then you are right. Number 3, we are promised higher wages. This time, it might be somehow difficult. We are promised higher wages. By whom? Not given. That's why we can use they. If this kind of situation comes when there is no by plus agent, that time we can just use they, or you can use any suitable like somebody, someone, nobody, no one. You can use, but nobody, no one, these are negatives. For the positive, we use positive word. Like they is better. You can write people also. But they. They are promised refers to present tense. That's why change the main verb into present. Only promise. They promise. Promise whom? They promise us. We. The subject we is changed into us in objective case. They promise us what? Higher wages. The second object. Higher wages. Look at this. They promise us higher wages. Likewise, you can do number 4 like this. A new beautiful house is being built in our village now. Here, a new beautiful house, suppose here is the subject, is being, this is passive structure, so is being built, there above 3, in our village now. This is only complement, by someone or by somebody. The actor is, or the doer is missing. So what do you do? Like this time also, like in question number 3, we write they, then. What tense? Is there, we use are with they are, there is being, so remove being and make this verb into verb 4. Building. Being is gone, it is changed into verb 4. They are building what? A new beautiful house. Or new object, subject is changed into object, or new beautiful house. Okay? There is other complement also. In our village now is also there. In our village now. The remaining words should be used. They are building a new beautiful house in our village now. Food has to be prepared by her. In this sentence also, what do you do? By her. Her becomes she. Has to, the same. Has to, because she is also singular. She has to. Be plus verb 3 is changed into verb 1. Only prepare. Because this was the rule. If there is 2 plus verb 1, we use in passive voice be plus verb 3. So, to prepare what? Food. By is removed. She has to prepare food. I think you got it. Now, this problem cannot be solved. For question number 6, this problem cannot be solved. By whom? By plus agent not given. This time also you can write any, like they or maybe somebody, someone, nobody, no one. This sentence is negative. That's why it is better to use nobody or no one. You can write nobody. Nobody, there is can. Modal auxiliary verb, use the same. Nobody can. Not, we don't have to use not because there is already no. That's why nobody can. Be plus verb 3 is changed into verb 1. So this becomes SOLV, solve. And this problem, use subject into object. This problem. Are you clear? Any confusion? Nobody can solve this problem. I was not seen. For this type of sentence also, agent is missing. Actor is missing. That's why I was not seen. This is also negative. You can just do like in question number 6. You can use nobody or no one. You can add no one also. Nobody. Was plus verb 3. Was refers to past tense. So we change this main verb into verb 2. Nobody saw. Saw whom? I is changed into me as object. Nobody saw me. Finished. Any confusion? Now question number 8. By whom? In active voice we use who. By whom is removed and we just use who. Were told refers to past tense. Simple past. That's why we have to use did to make it past question. Who did? Is it? No. We can directly use this verb. Sorry. Who itself is subject. That's why who were told, verb 2, directly verb 2. Who told? And then what is object? You. Who told you about it? Who told it? Who told you about it? So because who is itself subject, so we write directly main verb. Who told you about it? Now number 9, you are requested to serve the food. You are requested 2 plus verb 1 is used in passive sentence when there is request type of sentence. See, let me write request type of sentence. Request is made by using either kindly or please. So we write please, then we begin from verb 1. Please serve the food. Please serve the food. Imperative sentence. He was made to dance by the teacher. This is causative verb. So, who is the agent? Who is the doer? The teacher. So we write agent is the teacher. Agent is the teacher, and was made, past tense, that's why what we do, we change it into simple past tense directly. The teacher made whom? Him. Subject is changed into object. The teacher made him, what? Made him dance. We don't write to in causative verb. The teacher made him dance. So this is all about changing passive to active. Here in your textbook, please, dear students, just look at a book on page number 111. You have got passive voice exercise. It means you have to change these sentences into active voice, like we just did it. Just like in question number A, English is taught in every school in the country. English is taught in every school in the country. Means who teaches English? We don't know. The subject by plus subject is not given. That's why what do you do? Better use they. They is taught is passive. That's why present tense we write they teach English in every school in the country. They teach English in every school in the country. So what you do is, this exercise will be for your practice, for your homework. Please do practice, and you can practice with the help of your teacher, or you can get your copy checked by your teacher. Do more practice. This is not enough. These are well selected questions. So practice and take the help of your teacher there, subject teacher. So thank you very much. Thank you for being with us. Have a nice day. Namaste.